Sorry, Mazda. Power is a given now. Power, low emissions, low fuel consumption are all in the cookie dough together now for almost 10 years. Nowadays, you can have cake and eat the cake. It's the new miracle, but not with the MX-5. Because? Why? Because you say so, Mazda. Because you say so. If you're anywhere near the 20 to 30 grand range with your new car, you need 70 to 120 more horsepower than you do. If not, you simply bleed sales to every other manufacturer of every other thing with decent engines and packaging. Purely a two-seater, soft top roof, minimal luggage capacity, purchases of your Miata are without exception discretionary. Nobody needs a Miata, but with good power, that logic will be hidden away from a very big lot of people. People need power, or they want power, because everybody except you are offering it. They need power. People buy when they find an X factor. You can buy a Fiesta for less than 12 grand, or a fast Focus ST for 30 grand. They sell a lot of fast Focuses, and they don't fit much more than a cheap Fiesta. See where we're going here, Mazda? As is, with your baby pussycat engines, you'll bleed sales to manufacturers of many different types of cars, simply because even though your car appeals and is exciting and unique and has many friends, it simply lacks what other cars have: power and torque. Believe that these things are meaningless at your peril. Believe that your customers don't care about technical aspects of cars like this at your peril. It isn't technical. Everyone buys the highest engine variant of a model range that they can possibly afford. They care. We all care. Your little car is being hidden away in its little niche by your power strangling. Could be relevant to so many more. If you would finally lose your pig-headed, ill-advised determination upon low power. The things that justify, in the illogical but totally human part of our brain, the extra money we spend on cars are about quality and value because of the way they make us feel and see ourselves in relation to others and stuff. This applies to your Miata more than almost anything else with an internal combustion engine. The point of a wonderful chassis and no power is lost on me, and it will be lost on most. Value in small cars is abundant now in America. Neither of your power plant variants offer value, unless the Miata is priced at, 18 grand and 23 grand respectively. Your marriage to underpowering the Miata has robbed owners of your little sports car of what has been their right: a complete driving and ownership experience. It has pigeonholed your car for decades as a hairdresser's car, and other similar and equally pathetic perceptions of a car that, but for more power, could be the sole aspiration of literally millions of drivers worldwide who don't yet own a sports car. All of whom would find a way of purchasing an MX-5, and all of whom would become channels for other Mazda product. The MX-5 has been so stupendously successful for a two-seater open-top vehicle, but it could have been so much more successful with different packaging for the last 20 years. It could have cleaned the pool, could have ruined Porsche's Boxster. Think about it. Give the new Miata 70 or 120 more horsepower, shave all the weight that you have, sell it for less than 25 grand. You would decimate Boxster sales and have Boxster S sales. You would also slash Cayman and Cayman S sales too. Nobody needs a Cayman either. Buyers are paying a premium for Porsche's Boxster, the only other purpose-built open-top sports car available, because it is a serious machine, grown up, satisfying for more than 6 weeks, because it has power. Not supercar power, but enough. It's a complete car. The Mazda? A great chassis. Let's not talk about the engine or the fact that we'll never know what the chassis could actually do. A Boxster is something you can take to the track on occasion, if that's your thing, and each and every time be more impressed with the machine that Porsche built and you bought. The above market share premise for a powerful MX-5 stealing swathes of custom from everywhere applies to each and every other vaguely convertible or two-seater sports car that falls somewhere above and below a Boxster, and many cars with 4 seats and 5 doors too. Back in the real world now. Add 60 horsepower and some torque, both their engine outputs, and in my opinion, you can call it 18 grand and 23 grand respectively in America. Then the Miata is something to take away sales from the WRX, the Mustang, Nissan Z cars, the Focus ST, the Fiesta ST, Golf GTI, the BRZ and the FRS, etc., etc. Any buyer who doesn't need the extra seats will buy your car. A buyer with enough money will buy a standard 5-door vehicle rather than a sporty one, and a Miata. Because while they have practical imperatives, they really more than anything want one great car. A sports car, like yours, but not with your stupid underpowered engines. Lightweight, wonderful design, aspirational and achievable. So much about your car has always been right, and you've closed in even further on Nirvana with your 2015 car. Done so much right, brought so many people along with you, created so much goodwill, created so much anticipation, opened so many wallets ready to drop a chunk of purely discretionary dollars on your new car. And everybody, yes, everybody wanted you to make the engine grow up. Not a single owner or driver would have said no to more power. What is it with you people? This was the bleeding obvious chance to give your sports car power. The only way to broaden its appeal in a way that would take market share from every sports car manufacturer on earth, but with the simply, dumbly, stubbornly low power you insist on harnessing your little wonder machine with, you ban your car from any purchaser who intends to drive further than work and back, and or wants to own it for a year or 3 and actually remain interested. As is, after about 3 months, they will begin to endure fatal boredom. The world is not full of corners, Mazda. There are straight roads too. Neither is your car the only car on the road. There are other cars too. And almost all of those cars have more power. Power is not rude, it's not an evil. It's useful, it's of value. All car owners aspire to it, and all car buyers will pay more for it if they can have it and can afford it. Whatever it is you actually think you're doing by creating this superb driving machine and strangling it forever, in fact you are ensuring that your valued customers are prevented from really falling in love with their car and experiencing the rare thrill of a drive with a great chassis and a satisfying power-to-weight ratio. And you are ensuring they do not rave about it forever, like a Boxster S owner does. I've driven every version of your car. I like it a lot, but I've never bought one. It's too slow. It tries too hard. Everything else, it's so much faster, no matter how nicely the MX-5 corners. I wanted to buy this new one. I thought to myself, I have to make it a real car this time. However good your new sports car is, I will buy a 3-year-old almost anything else sporting before I will spend a single dollar on a car that frustrates me because of your limited imagination. Mazda, I salute your stubbornness.